In question 2, we have the following scenario. And there are 2 questions for 10 marks each. Okay, read the scenario below and answer the question that follow only for question 2 for 20 marks. The Mogale City local municipality has been experiencing rapid population growth and increasing demand for efficient service delivery. To address these challenges, the Human Resources Department must ensure that the right people are in the right roles at the right time. This requires both workforce planning and talent management. While these 2 concepts are closely related, they serve distinct purposes within HR strategies. The HR Director of Mogale City Local Municipality has initiated a project to optimize staffing levels and develop talent to meet current and future needs. This case study explains the difference between workforce planning and talent management and outlined the first 5 steps in the workforce planning process. Summary of differences. Workforce planning focuses on strategic staffing and ensures workforce capacity aligns with company needs. Talent management focuses on developing and retaining individual employees to maximize their potential. Both processes are interdependent. Efficient workforce planning identifies its staffing needs, while talent management ensures that employees are developed to fulfill those needs. In the context of Mogale local municipality, workforce planning and talent management are essential for addressing the growing service demands. Workforce planning ensures that the municipality has the right number of staffing to meet the customer needs, while talent management focuses on developing and retaining high potential employees. By following the first 5 steps of the workforce planning process, the HR department can strategically address workforce gaps and ensure long-term organizational success. Question 1. Provide a comprehensive explanation of the distinctions between workforce planning and talent management. In your response, highlight their primary purposes, focus areas, timeframes, and outcomes based on the Mogale City local municipality. Here, 10-mark question, the marking rubric will apply. Provide a comprehensive explanation on the distinction between workforce planning and talent management. Here, quite simply, you would not disenfranchise, but you look at how the 2 distinct are not interdependent, but are independent of each other, but play a role in terms of how you go about answering the question. You need to highlight the primary purpose, so explain what their purpose is in terms of the workforce plan and talent management. You then identify the timeframes around the specific process above you and identify the outcomes based on what you are looking to achieve. And it says in the beginning, rapid population growth. The HR director has initiated a project to optimize staffing levels and develop talent for current and future. Okay. Both processes are interdependent. So here you must look and identify, by following the 5 steps in the workforce planning process, identify the workforce gaps in ensuring long-term organizational success. Here, one is to identify what those requirements are and how you put them into context of understanding. And this is driven by how your response is. So here you need to go about looking to identify, to reiterate, and ensuring that the primary purposes and the focus areas are timeframes and outcomes based on Mogale City local municipality. So your understanding here is looking at the 2, which is your workforce planning and talent management. 3, identify what the requirements are in the primary purposes of the 2 spheres in question. Identify what the talent that they need, as well as identifying for the purpose of the précis, looking at the purpose, the focus areas, timeframes, and outcomes. You'll find these answers partly in your learning unit number 1, and then definitely in your in your learning units 2 and 3. Please use the textbook to get going about looking to answer the question, as well as the slides too. Question 2.2, identify and describe the 5 steps involved in the workforce planning process. For each step, briefly explain its purpose and significance, ensuring workforce aligns with strategic goals. Wonderful question. Again, 5 marks, so 5 steps for 5 marks, and then elaborate on each one, on the purpose and the significance. So the how part here is identify the 5 steps, look at its purpose and significance, and how it would align to the workforce planning goals, as well as the alignment of that to the workforce plan, as well as, remember, you're looking at the how part here is to ensure that you have the effectiveness and the efficiencies of the workforce plan and its strategic goals. And as what you know, as we've discussed, to identify the strategy in terms of what you're trying to answer. All right, that then answers question 2 of what we are trying to achieve. All right. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you.